Editing Bri here. Just want to say that I actually recorded this video before Ironheart came out, so I do make some references to not having seen Ironheart. I think like Black Girl Magic and stuff like that. Well, that's because I hadn't seen rereading them yet. Just know that as you go into it, that the show had not come out. Life be lifing, okay? And yeah, let's get into the episode. Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of Beautifully Nerding. I'm your host, Auntie Bri, and today I want to start our endeavor into Black Girl Magic because we're going to get into it over these next couple of episodes, because the movie I found for today I actually found by happenstance. Like I tell y'all, I just be going through the different streaming services that I have, and I'm just looking for a cover that looks good to me. You know, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but that's what covers are for. I need you all to soak it in, bask in this Black Girl Magic that is happening, because I personally am very much enjoying it, and I want all of us to enjoy it together. So I would like to talk about a movie that I watched on Amazon Prime called The Fire Inside. And this movie stars BrianaDeShe and Brian Tyree Henry. And it says that it came out in 2024, but I actually had not heard about it until maybe like 2 weeks ago when I was looking on Amazon for something to watch, and I saw the cover art and I was like, okay, this looks kind of interesting. And it's based on a true story of Claressa Shields, who is the first American woman to win a gold medal in boxing. It just kind of shows her story about like how she grew up, where she came from, you know, what was life for her like in Flint, Michigan, her road to the Olympics, the different like trials and tribulations she went through along the way. And then also what it was like for her after she won her gold and, you know, coming back home and kind of adjusting to life post-Olympics. So the movie is really kind of divided into two parts. It's a really interesting story, and like I'm sure in 2012 I probably had heard of Claressa Shields. With my 2025 brain, I don't feel like I even know Claressa Shields' name, and I'm just like, she needs all of the credit, all the flowers, all the things. And the fact that I am like just now really fully getting her name in my head is doing a disservice to women's sports everywhere. So I'm like, no, we need to talk about this. The acting, of course, was top notch. Like BrianaDeShe, I feel like a lot of people just like really know her from Star, and that was kind of my introduction to her as well. Ryan does a really good job of like giving Claressa a lot of depth, where it could just be like, oh, she's just this bully who only wants to fight, but like she has layers and depth. I feel like it's easier to, you know, get an actor and to be able to teach them how to do things versus getting that athlete and having them, you know, try to act. I feel like Ryan did a really great job in this role, and Brian Tyree Henry, like he's always going to body every role that he does. He really gives like the perfect like dad energy. And it was just like really refreshing to see just a strong male influence, you know, like even though they get into it trying to parent a teenager, I'm sure that cannot be easy. I feel like Brian Tyree's character does an amazing job of it, and it's just a really good movie. And I just kind of want everybody to see it. I kind of want to watch it again. Like it was adorable. I really liked it. But yeah, like I said, the movie is broken into two parts. And so you have your before and during the Olympics, and then you have after the Olympics. I never really thought about it, but like these people do just like come back to their lives, and it's like depending on what your circumstances are, your life may not change that much, and it really just depends on like what kind of endorsements you get, what other opportunities are presented to you. And with women's sports, they don't get nearly as much credit as they should, so they're not getting as many opportunities as they should. So I can only imagine going across the seas, getting all these accolades, and then coming back home and just being like, okay, I guess I'll go get ready for school. Like, it's crazy. So starting with our before and during the Olympics section, we have an 11-year-old Claressa who is running to the Burston gym that Jason is a coach at. Coach Jason is dead set on not training girls. Like, he's just like, girls don't box. But Claressa is not taking no for an answer. She puts her helmet on and she's like, you know, taking a fighting stance. She's ready to go. And this other kid, Zay, like he's been talking like just cash money the entire time since she walked in, talking about some, oh, this not cheerleading practice, whoop, 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 all this good stuff. Coach Jason is like, okay, well, you got so much to say, Claressa, you can come fight Zay. They get in there and Claressa does not know at all what she's doing, and it's real bad. But Coach Jason teaches her how to actually throw a punch, and she wins the fight with Zay. And Coach Jason's like, might have something here.
Let's go.
Get in there. She don't want no more.
Come on. Claressa, remember what I told you now? Yeah. There you go. That's it. Okay. All right. Hey.
And so we jump forward 5 years. We have Claressa, now 16, played by BrianaDeShe, who is 30. I looked it up. BrianaDeShe is 30 years old. And I love that for Ryan, because if Bianca Larson can play a 16-year-old for legitimately my entire life, then I don't see why BrianaDeShe can't play a 16-year-old right now. Like, go off, queen. But we jump over to Claressa's home life, and it is a little rough. Claressa has 2 younger siblings, and her mom has like good and bad moments. Like one night there's no food in the house at all, and then the next day her mom has completely cleaned the whole house, bought like name brand food, but then like forgot the milk. And you know, who among us hasn't done something? You know, got the peanut butter and jelly, forgot the bread. You know, it be like that sometimes. But Claressa does what she can to, you know, take care of her siblings. But back over to the boxing. So Claressa has been training to go to the Olympic qualifiers, and she beats the current American champ. I don't know, that part I still got a little confused on. I think I was like too busy trying to take notes while I was watching it, so I kind of missed that part. She beats the current champ, but she does still have doubters. She is only 16, and plus America hasn't had a women's boxing champ since 2004, and now it's 2011, which to me, like, it's not that much time that has passed. It was 7 years. Like, it's not a terribly long time, but you know, the folks are just like, it's been so long.
You know we're gonna take home that gold medal too.
Jason, USA Boxing hasn't won a gold medal since 2004. We've only won 3 in the last 20 years.
Yeah, well, none of them boxers was Claressa, was it?
Yeah, and none of them were 16. Look, she's a strong fighter, I'll give you that. But I just want you to manage expectations. The Olympics isn't just boxing, it's the weight of the world. Could you have handled that at her age?
So when Claressa gets back to Flint, we discover more about her personal life. Her school is like, you know, extremely proud of her, welcomes her back. She has like all the signs and fanfare, all that good stuff. And then we see like a budding romance between her and Zay. But Coach Jason also notices the budding romance between Claressa and Zay. Cause like, why y'all giggling when y'all supposed to be sparring? Like, at least wait until he fully leaves the room before y'all start giggling and like hugging up on each other. Like, come on now. Coach Jason tries to explain to Claressa, you know, she has a lot on her shoulders right now with the Olympics coming up, and to not date right now. Like, you know, he's like, after you get the gold, you can do whatever you want to do, but right now you need to focus. But, you know, of course, she's a teenager and hormone monsters don't really care about what adults be talking about. Claressa and Zay later are having a little tonsil tango, and Claressa does stop him because she has something really important she wants to say, and she's kind of afraid that it might change how he looks at her.
When I was a little girl, my mama friend, he used to touch me. He used to touch me like that. I mean, he locked up now.
Jumping back to the very beginning of the movie, when she was boxing Zay, after she won, Coach Jason got really excited and tried to like come to her and give her a hug, and she like jumped back. I could tell then that like, oh, somebody hurt this baby. And I feel like she probably came to the gym to kind of process through and essentially just hit something because she was mad. Zay is a really well-rounded young man and lets Claressa know that, you know, he's okay with going slow and that, you know, making sure that Claressa can be comfortable. And I love that for her because, you know, when you open yourself up and say stuff like that, you really don't know how people are going to respond. I was very happy that Zay gave a great response. So back at Clarissa's house, it's a whole party going down. Like, it's a fridge full of beer with a past due notice on it. I'm just like, okay, so like we're noticing the juxtaposition between like there's money for parties, which are probably full of drugs as well as the alcohol, but also there's not enough money to pay the bills. And it's just like, mama, we got to get our priorities together. Clarissa just wants to go to her room, but her mama keeps like poking at her to come and hang out. And I'm just like, you want your 16-year-old to come hang out with a bunch of grown folks? Like, one of her mom's friends tries to grab Clarissa's wrist, not realizing like literally like this girl's been boxing for like 6 years now. Kind of reflex, when he grabs Clarissa's wrist, she turns around and punches him dead in the mouth. Like, I'm pretty sure his face was leaking. While I thought that this was hilariously justified, Mama Jackie did not, and she actually kicked Clarissa out, and now she lives with Coach Jason. So jumping forward, it's semifinals time. And as Clarissa is preparing to go to China, we learn that Coach Jason is actually not going to be able to go. So like, I guess you have to register as a sanctioned coach. I don't know. So it was a whole lot of boxing terminology and like sports thingies, and I'm not a sports girly, so I could barely keep up with what was going on. Coach Jason's also like, he's missing a lot of shifts from his day job because like coaching doesn't actually like pay him anything. He volunteers to do the coaching, but he needs to not miss any more shifts so that he can continue to pay his bills. You can see the difference in Clarissa's fighting style without Coach Jason, because like the Olympics like have like other coaches for people whose coaches aren't able to come with them, but like the new coach doesn't know how to talk to Clarissa the way that, Coach Jason has been coaching her. And so she ends up losing the fight, but she does still qualify to go to the Olympics. She's just seeded last. Seeds are important because they determine the order of events, of the matches. Clarissa will be going to the Olympics. Coach Jason realizes that Clarissa has been sacrificing a whole lot, and he needs to make some sacrifices as well. So he is going to be able to go to the Olympics with her, just not in an official capacity. So he's not going to technically be able to be down there with her and like coach her. And now we're at the 2012 London Olympics, and Clarissa is out for blood because she's been training to fight the girl that gave her the one and only loss that she has. And she beats both of the opponents that were standing in the way of the match between her and the girl who she was waiting to fight. But the girl in the fight that she was waiting for, she was fighting this Russian girl who had the heaviest punches in the world. Like, even as like somebody who don't really even watch boxing like that, her hands are swinging like freaking cinder blocks, bro. Like, I literally put in my notes that mama is swinging a bag of bricks in her gloves because she was going in. The girl that Clarissa wanted to fight lost because duh. And now Clarissa has to fight the girl with bricks for hands. So we're in the final fight that's standing between Clarissa and her gold medal. She's barely hanging on, and like Coach Jason is trying to scream to her from the stands because the Olympic coach, like, she don't know what she's doing. So Nicole puts on her white savior cape and gets Jason closer to the ring so that Clarissa can hear him yelling. She hears him, she gets renewed, she's revamped, and she wins the gold. USA, USA. Now we get into part 2, which is after the Olympics. Clarissa comes back home, and like, to her it feels like nothing has changed because she and Jason haven't been able to secure any endorsements. Clarissa knows that she has the talent, and as an American Olympic gold medal winner, she should be having her choice of endorsements. But she's back at Jason's house. She's helping her mom with the bills where she can. She's starting to feel purposeless without her next fight to look forward to. This also kind of confused me a bit. She could stay amateur, and they're really only trying to offer her like $1,000, and they want her to move across the country. And Clarissa's like, but my family needs me. What am I going to do with $1,000? Okay, cool. Like, y'all are giving me an apartment, but what am I going to do with $1,000? Like, I'm essentially supporting my family right now. On the other hand, everybody's looking at Jason like, so where are these endorsements at, bro? Like, you supposed to be her coach, her manager, her this, her that, but where's the money? Like, and Jason's looking like, who is this us, we, our, Clarissa the one who did all the work. And nobody really sees that, like, Jason has been putting in work. Like, he's been, driving to Detroit, trying to talk to people. He's making phone calls while he's on the clock. Like, he's doing what he can, but essentially they only want Clarissa if she gives like a more softer, feminine facade, and that's really not who she is. Like, she is a proud bully. She doesn't want to change. After not seeing eye to eye with Jason on what she should do to try to get endorsements, they have a huge fight, and she ends up leaving Jason's house and goes back in with her family, she gets even more frustrated with the lack of change and kind of can see her sister going down a similar path as her mom. And she attempts to pawn her gold medal. I'm looking like, bro, what? Like, fortunately, the pawn shop owner ends up calling her mom because he's like, baby girl, I cannot let you pawn your gold medal. Like, absolutely not. I guess at this point, her mom is finally like, starting to get herself more together. And she's like, I know you're scared. I know, this, that, but we'll figure it out. Claressa decides that she actually will take up Nicole and Bill on their offer, but she does have a few stipulations.
So I've been thinking a lot about your offer. If I'm gonna stay amateur and train for the second gold medal, I'm gonna need $3,000 a month. Exactly what the man get. And one more thing. Look, this ain't just about me. Y'all need a boosted stipend for all the women. Same as the men's.
So now Claressa is moving across the country, but she will be able to better assist her family and reach for her dreams because she was just kind of feeling like a paper bag drifting through the wind without another fight to look forward to. But she also didn't want to leave her family with nothing. So now she can do both things. And so, of course, we get some of the real life Claressa Shields. We see her winning in the 2016 Olympics. And pretty much she's just been undefeated for the rest of her career. I believe she's still fighting now. I want to say that she is currently 30, which made me feel like, what the hell have I done in my 33 years? Because baby girl been fighting since she was 11. Like, she has her purpose. I love the movies like this, especially the ones that, like, once it ends, like, you have the like little end cards that like give the like, well, what happens next? And like Claressa helped to get equal pay for women in boxing. It kind of showed all her different accolades, and like she's been like, she won all these medals in all these different weight classes. I do like that it focused more on her professional accomplishments instead of simply her personal life. Although I am curious, like, what happened between her and Zay. Like, how's her sister doing? How's her nephew doing? Is her mom okay? And I know that I can just look that up, but like, y'all are already giving me information at the end of the movie. Like, you could just give me a little bit more. Like, did her and Zay break up because she moved across the country and long distance is really hard? Like, did she ever move back to Flint? Like, what? Like, I have questions. Did she move Zay out to California with her? Like, I have questions, but I don't know. Like, spoon feed me. Like, you were already giving me the information. Like, we were already here. Yes, that is The Fire Inside, a wonderful movie. It is on Amazon Prime. You don't have to pay anything extra for it if you already have Amazon Prime. It is there for you, ready to be watched. If you all have any suggestions for me, please leave them in the comments down below. If you all made it this far, please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe, because it seems like you like the video. It seems like you like the content a little bit, so you might as well subscribe to see more. Make sure to share this video with all of your friends, and with that being said, I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.